Here is the craziest thing about tonight. We had a tip-in in the third period.
Tying tip-in.
Tied the game. Jake Muzzin with a gorgeous tip-in. We're so fucking frustrated. We didn't even talk about it. We didn't even do just the tip. That's how fucked tonight was.
Welcome to the Tip-In Maple Leafs podcast. I'm Chad.
I'm Dale.
Leafs just blew it 59 seconds into overtime.
You blew it, boys.
You blew it. And now we got a Game 6 Saturday night with fans in attendance.
Oh, man. Like, seriously?
Could it not have dragged out just a little bit? Like overtime, it was just like it started.
A minute, man. A minute.
Not even 59 seconds. It was over.
Suzuki gets the winner in overtime. Look, the way this game was shaken out, we're throwing the notes out the window here, folks. Like sometimes Chad and I come into these podcasts with notes and like stats, Willie's doing this and blah, blah, blah. Not tonight. We're just having a fucking heartfelt conversation about what we thought went down here and why and what have you. Look, man, like the way things started and then the way things ended up going towards the end of the third period, I'm like, there's no way they're losing this hockey game. The momentum had completely shifted. No fucking way they are losing this hockey game now.
And even when overtime started, they got the draw. They got it into Montreal's zone. It was just like the third period continued, except
bad pinch.
A bad pinch, a bad giveaway.
Giveaway and a pinch.
A 2-on-none. When's the last time you've seen a 2-on-0 in the Stanley Cup playoffs in overtime? Jesus.
And like if we're playing 3-on-3 in the regular season, maybe, but in the Stanley Cup playoffs, no. But look, man, I'll tell you something right now. How many goals tonight were a result of a giveaway, a pinch? They cost almost all four goals that the Habs scored were a result of the Leafs malfunctioning and doing something that they like brain fart. Sandin, 2 giveaways, 2 turnovers in his own end. Bogosian, bad pinch. Galchenyuk, giveaway. Like I'm forgetting one of the 4 goals. I can't remember.
The second goal wasn't it was kind of a scramble in front of the net.
That's right. So
they just poked home.
But on that that was a result of a turnover, was it not?
That was the Sandin turnover. You're right. So the third goal was not. But either way, I get what you're saying. They put themselves down 3-0. The fact that they got to overtime.
No, it was 2-0. It wasn't 3. I don't think it went to 3-0, did it? Oh, yeah. Was it 3-0 and then 3-1?
It was 3-0.
3-0. Okay.
It was 3-0 Montreal. The fact that Toronto made it 3-1, came into the third period, tied it 3-3, got it to overtime is pretty cool. This game could have just ended 5-1 or something like that.
Sure. Well, Price was looking really sharp, I thought, but not unbeatable. Look at the goals that beat him. But I didn't like, of course, Price was good. He made some huge saves without a doubt. I don't think Jack Campbell had his best night, but I didn't think that Price was playing at a level where the Leafs couldn't have won this hockey game. They crawled back in the third and like.
But it happened so fast in overtime, they never really got a chance to win it. Like 59 seconds, you give a 2-on-0 and it's in the back of your net. This wasn't like we could break it down where we played 10, 15 minutes of overtime and the Leafs had some glorious chances and then Montreal got a 2-on-0.
No, not even.
And we could be like, oh, if Spezza had have scored that goal or if Matthews hadn't hit the post, this was over. The second the puck dropped, it was over. Heading back to Montreal. Now, 2 things from this game. One, and this leads into Game 6 as well. One, it is time for Matthews and Marner to step up.
Yeah,
it is time for them to step up.
I thought
we played 5 games, and they've done nothing.
I thought that tonight, Chad. Look, like Marner has gotten some chances, okay, and he's been robbed a few times here and there. I thought Zach
doesn't matter.
No. I'm just saying. I agree with you, but I thought I thought that time was tonight, not fuck Game 6. Now it's Game 6, but I thought that time was tonight. Okay.
Oh, it was tonight. It was tonight, but they didn't do it.
No, they didn't.
I got to do it in Game 6.
I'm going to be honest with you. Matthews almost more invisible than Marner. That's what I thought in this game. Matthews had nothing. He didn't have a look all fucking night long.
No.
Zach Hyman, I thought was he was
Zach Hyman,
like he usually fucking does. Okay, he's coming back off an injury. They're 5 games in. It looks like it's taken him some games and some reps to get going. Now he's starting to look like the guy we know who he is. And I thought he was great. He was the best player on that line by a fucking mile. Yeah. What a surprise. What a surprise. The other two guys are making $20 million fucking dollars. The guy making 2 is dragging them with him. Like, fucking get real, boys. Like, seriously, that pisses me off. Like, show the fuck up. Show the fuck up when you need to show up the most. How about that? How about fucking that for once? For fucking once.
If you're not going to do it tonight, like again, for every game in this series, the secondary scoring carried the team, got them to overtime, like 2 goals by Muzzin. Who called that one? Nobody.
That's insane. That's fucking pure insanity right there is what that is.
It got them to overtime. I don't know. I just feel like, where is the game where Matthews takes over? Where's the game when Matthews and Marner just click? And yet Matthews has a 2-goal night and they're just dominant. It hasn't happened.
No.
It better fucking happen in Game 6.
It's becoming extremely concerning for me. Extremely fucking concerning that the big boys are not dragging the rest of the guys with them. It's the other way around. You're getting contributions from other guys. Like, yeah, Sandin didn't have a great night tonight. You know what? I expect Dermott will be in the lineup on Saturday night. For sure he will be. But, you know,
and even Galchenyuk giving up he gave up the goal in overtime. Well, Galchenyuk played a hell of a game. He basically got them to overtime. Where's Matthews and Marner?
I'm just going through the goals here. Like the Habs scored 2 in the first. It was 2-0 Habs after the first. The Habs scored to make it 3-0 in the second. Hyman scored. The goal was assisted by Marner and Matthews, the Zach Hyman goal, but it was such a garbage goal. Like, it was like, you know what I mean? Like, those assists to me are not like
it wasn't take over the game.
No. And then Nylander and Simmons assisted on Muzzin's first goal in the third, and then Nylander and Galchenyuk assisted on Muzzin's tying goal in the third. Nylander again, fucking hot. Who was the best Leaf tonight?
Nylander.
Probably, without a doubt, he was all over it.
Yeah. Who's been the best Leaf this series?
Yeah, it's insane to me that like Willie now is being like more. I'm waiting for when the third period started and they're down 3-1. I'm waiting for, okay, Mitch is coming off that top line, and it's going to be Austin with Willie and Hyman. I thought that's where Keefe was going to go with this. He didn't, but I thought that's where he was going because Nylander is just like, even though he didn't bury it tonight, he was all over it, all having looks all night. Like, this guy.
He could have had number 5, 6, 7 of
the playoffs.
Dude,
he has outplayed Mitch and Austin in this series without a fucking doubt. Like, without a doubt. Nylander has been the best Toronto Maple Leaf in this series without a doubt, right?
It's not just Nylander's played better than Matthews and Marner. I think Kerfoot's played better than Matthews and Marner. Galchenyuk's played better than Matthews and Marner. Like, they've had some good shifts where they're in the Montreal zone.
Not enough. Not nearly enough.
They're not doing that thing. They're not doing that playoff magic thing. And Nylander's got it right now. He's got that playoff magic, and he's finding it. But this brings me to this. Would you have rather lost in regulation 3-0, or are you kind of glad it got to – if you had to go to Game 6, are you glad you lost in overtime? Do you think that puts a little sting in them? Like, we're going to fucking bury these guys Saturday?
Well, no. However, like, there should be a sting in them anyway because, like, I don't care
But the
how
fact
they
that
lost.
but the fact that you worked your way back into the game and then lost, like had you just lost 4-0, you'd be like, all right,
yeah, okay.
we'll see you Saturday night.
Yeah, maybe.
But if you're leaving the ice after that, after working your way back and then 59 seconds into overtime,
they were a goal away, Chad, from moving on to play the Winnipeg Jets. 1 goal away. Not a game away. They were a goal away.
Yeah.
And they fucking pissed it away.
Now they have to play 60 more minutes to try and put away the Montreal Canadiens,
right.
Which they should have put away tonight.
Yep, they should have. And you know what? Like, does it put, I don't know if anything puts a little bit of fucking sting in these fucking guys, to be honest with you. I don't fucking know because I don't see it. I watch this team and I'm watching like the heart. I'm sorry. Right now, I got a little bit of a burr in my saddle here. The heart and soul of this, like, I think Mitch has played okay. He's had chances, whatever. But it's disheartening what I'm seeing with Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner right now. It's disheartening. Like, how do you score 41 fucking goals in the regular season, win the Rocket Richard Trophy, and you're not, dude, we're not playing Boston or Tampa here. This is the fucking Montreal Canadiens, and you're invisible against the Habs? Excuse me. What am I fucking missing here? What am I missing?
Yeah,
like,
it's true.
Jesus fucking Christ, Chad. If they were up, you imagine if they were playing the Bruins and they, or the Tampa Bay Lightning, and the Leafs had a 3-1 series lead like they do right now going into, and by the way, if they ever get to where they want to get to this year and they end up playing the Bruins or the Tampa Bay Lightning, either one of those series will start in Toronto because the Leafs finished ahead of both of those teams this year in the regular season standings. Regardless of that, if the Leafs had a 3-1 series lead against the Bruins or the Tampa Bay Lightning, a chance to close it on home ice in Game 5, and they come out and they let the Bruins back in or they let Tampa back in, that's probably not going to end well for them. I still think the Leafs pull this out, but the fact that what's the narrative tomorrow? What's the narrative? All the media tomorrow, what's the narrative after tonight's game?
Montreal's still alive.
To me, the narrative isn't, oh, they came back and got it to overtime.
No,
to me, the narrative is these guys can't fucking close when they need to close. They don't know how to fucking win when they need to win. That's where it is.
They're now 0 for 5 in elimination games. 0 for 5.
Like, I'm sorry.
Will they be 0 for 6?
Look, I thought this was and now we don't know. Like, what if Price fucking stands on his head and we're back in Toronto for Game 7 on Monday night? Like, anything can happen because guess what? They let them back in. There was some bad turnovers, sure. Sandines, there were some bad plays that led to those initial Habs goals, and some sloppy play all around. What about a softness level here? Do you think the Leafs the Habs came out, played their hardest game physically of this series
Which
tonight?
you knew they were going to do.
But why weren't the Leafs ready for that? They should have known that was fucking coming, and they just didn't. How do you not respond to that?
That's the thing that pisses me off, is that they're never ready for these elimination games. It's like they think they won Game 4, and they think Game 5 will be the same. But it won't be. That team is going to show more heart and more grit and more determination because they don't want to go home. They've done it against Boston.
Oh,
they had Boston 3-2. They lost Game 6. They lost Game 7. And now, like, you lose tonight. Montreal is thinking, hey, we just got to win 2 more games. That's it. Like, the whole when you have to win 3 in a row, I think mentally kind of makes you a little more out of it, a little more like, we can't do this. There's no way we can do it. You win Game 5. If I'm Montreal, I'm looking at this being like, all we got to do is win one at home, push it to a Game 7. That's it.
Yeah, I would also say when you're down 3-1, depending on the team, I guess, whatever. But the Habs are thinking everyone's written us off. Let's just go and play and see what happens. So they decide to come out. They start banging again, similar to like they did.
They got a couple lucky goals.
Sure, they did. But like to bring it back to like the Bostons and the Tampas of the world, who, the blueprint, as far as I'm concerned.
Well, Tampa lost
for winning.
Tampa lost Game 5, and then
they did, and then right.
Then they blew Florida away in Game 6.
100%. Boston,
maybe that'll happen.
Boston, when they went up 3-1 in their series against a superior team, in my opinion, than the Florida Panthers, Boston was just like, no, we're going to bury these motherfuckers. And that's what they did in game 5. Boston is just like, they don't let up. They're just like, we need to be
They know what they have to do to close out.
Yeah, we went up 2-1. We went up 3-1. And guess what? We're going to end it in game 5 because that's just what they fucking do. This fucking team, they don't know that. They don't know what to fucking do.
No.
It's just like, what is the deal here? The moment, okay, I'm heated. Obviously, I'm pissed off. I thought it was over tonight. I wanted it to be over. The Jets are going to be like a week fucking rested if the Leafs are able to do this. And, it's so frustrating to see them like, they're right there. It should be over. Why does it have to go to 6 games? And maybe now it goes to 7 games. Why can't you just be like, we're a superior team than these fucking guys. We're going out and we're fucking going to take it to them physically.
Okay.
Skill, like every aspect.
To be fair, at puck drop of the first period, I thought the Leafs were taking it to them. But Campbell kind of let in a soft wrist shot goal and it shook the team. And that is the fragile Leafs team that I can't stand. Okay, yeah, your goalie let in a soft goal, you're down 1-0. But then they just seemed completely out of it after that. And it wasn't until they were down 3-0 that they kind of turned the light on and said, let's make a comeback. But for the first 5 minutes, they were really good. They were all over Montreal. But
5 minutes.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter. And like
now you got to win game 6.
It was impressive that they came back in the third, no doubt. Like I'm like, what? Like, are they going to go softly into the night here? Or are they going to see like push? And they did, and they tied it. And I'm like, okay, that's it. The momentum has swung. This fucking thing is over. No, and then on a dime, it fucking flipped again in overtime. Like I'm ready for like let's go to double overtime here. Let's see what's up. Like get like a team building overtime series fucking win. I'm thinking, this is what's going to happen here. And it's just going to give them huge confidence going forward. Now they're like, oh, we lost a minute in. Like you were talking off the top, like, oh, do you think it gives them more, but like it stings more. They're going to want to go out next game and whatever. I don't know. I don't know where these fucking guys' heads are at. And as far as like, what makes them motivated or like I have no fucking idea with this group of guys.
Last year in the bubble, what was it called? The play-in round. It wasn't even the playoffs. Like they didn't even make the playoffs.
They didn't make the playoffs
last year.
No, they did not.
They won that game where they scored the 3 goals in the last 5 minutes and then they scored in overtime and they beat Columbus. And remember I said to you on the podcast, I'm like, if they don't win game 5, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. And it's the same tonight. Okay, you showed some spunk and you came back and you tied it 3-3. And they're gonna talk about that. They're gonna talk about they showed some life and they're really proud of themselves for tying the game. It doesn't matter. Internally, they're gonna talk about that. They're gonna say that, and Keefe.
I don't think that's gonna be the narrative in the media tomorrow.
No, but I think Keefe will say that, and the players will say that.
Well, like, what are they gonna say?
Get it done in overtime, but I'm really proud of ourselves for coming back and tying it. Doesn't matter.
That's a terrible.
If you don't win this series,
that's a false narrative. That's a false narrative and a terrible mindset to have, in my opinion. Yeah, they came back. Great.
But you didn't win.
But you didn't fucking win. And a crucial game, a closeout game that you fucking like a chance to just smoke a team. Like the Habs haven't even been in this series. Let's be honest. Without Carey Price, they weren't even in it. Tonight, they were a lot better. Were the Leafs?
They were a lot better, and I felt the Leafs didn't even play a great game.
No, the Leafs
still got it to overtime.
The Leafs' worst game, but okay, there you go. But how many times have we talked about this in the Boston series 2 years in a row? In the series, the play-in series against Columbus. Like we have said several times, like, oh, here and there, the Leafs, this and that, they should have won. They could have, like you mentioned, the Boston series being up 3-2, chance to close it on Easter Sunday. They lose the afternoon game. They lose game 7. Like, where does it stop with this? When does it finally stop with these guys being like, okay, like we're not going to even give our
Saturday. It stopped Saturday night.
Well, it fucking better, because if it doesn't,
if it goes to game 7,
they might be fucked.
They may be fucked. And wouldn't it be, I hate to say this on the podcast, wouldn't it be such a Leaf thing to blow a 3-1 series lead?
I don't know how this franchise would come back from this if they end up losing this series.
Isn't that just such a Leaf thing to blow a 3-1 series lead to your rival Montreal?
Oh, if they don't end up winning this, honestly, I don't know where to take it from here. Like if they can't beat the Habs in the first round, Boston, I get it.
Okay, but doesn't that bring you back to it's time for your big boys to step up? Like on paper, you look at this and you're like, all right, yeah, you've got Cole Caulfield and you got Brendan Gallagher and you have Anderson and you have Suzuki. We got Austin Matthews. We got Mitch Martin. Well, if they're not playing, all of a sudden it's like, okay, we got Kerfoot, we got Nylander, we got Galchenyuk.
And without those guys right now, where the fuck would we be?
Oh my God, we'd be done. We need those two guys that are head and shoulders the best two players on the ice.
Yeah, they don't look like it.
They don't look like it, but they need to play like it. They're both making money like they're the best players in the league.
5 games straight. I haven't seen they've had moments without a doubt. But
what do you think it is? What do you think's wrong with them? Do you think it's the playoff hockey, like the more physical hockey, and they just back away from it?
Well, if that is, we got a serious fucking problem. Because here's where I'll go with this. If this, okay, if they end up winning on Saturday and, the Jets come in and different team, different look, different series, whatever. Austin scores 2 goals in game 1 against the Jets, and it's like everybody forgets the Habs series, okay? But, like, this can't continue. This can't continue. Like, no, you're not fucking going out and trading Austin Matthews or Mitch Marner or whatever. But my God, man, like you need as a franchise to see more from these guys when it fucking counts, when it matters. You know what? I don't give a fuck about 41 goals. I really don't care about 41 goals in the regular. Score me the game winner in overtime tonight. He didn't have a chance to do that. How about this? Like, in the second period, Austin rip one fucking home to make it like, do you know what I mean? Like,
or how about this? In game 6, score the first goal. Come out, dominate, score the first goal, put your team up 1-0, and then get another one. And just dominate when you're on the ice. Like, I mean, dominate, both ends of the ice. Defensively, offensively, all 60 minutes. Have one of the best games. I want people to say Sunday morning, wow, Mitch Marner and Austin Matthews were incredible in game 6.
That needs to happen, or we're probably playing fucking game 7 on Monday night. And look, man, like we haven't talked about this. I haven't loved the whole, like, not tonight, but in games 3 and 4, when there's been some, like, even in game 2, when there was some like stuff after the whistles, some scrums and stuff. And Matthews is like smiling, like, kind of like, almost like a not letting them, like, oh, you're not getting under my skin and whatever. Like, I don't love that personally. Like, you would never fucking see that from a Taves or somebody. Like, you would never see that. Like, a Taves would get up and punch the guy in the fucking face. He wouldn't be laying on the ice smiling like, oh, I'm not going to let you under my skin. And there's a big difference there, in my opinion, when it comes to, like, look, dude, like, yeah, you don't want to be like, show your opponent that you're like letting them under your skin, but fucking fight for it, man. Like, this goes back to a narrative that we talked about when they lost the Columbus series. How bad do you fucking want it? Or
it doesn't have to be like, it doesn't have to be scrums. It doesn't have to be, face washing.
Well, dude, if you're not contributing on the scoreboard, do something else. Do something else.
You have to play your game, but you have to raise it to a level where you're fighting through the other team doing that to you.
Matthews is a monster. Gallagher's fucking, like, making him look like a fucking joke right now.
Well, Gallagher's getting under his skin. I don't know why.
He should just ragdoll that little
Matthews.
motherfucker. Like,
Brendan Gallagher, you're Austin Matthews.
Dude, seriously. Like, don't shy. Matthews is a fucking monster. What is he? 6'3", 220? Like, the guy's a fucking huge fucking dude. He might even be bigger than that. I don't fucking know.
It's not even about size. It's skill, man.
Well, it is when you're playing against Brendan Gallagher. What are you going to shy away from fucking that?
No, it's not about shying away. And what I'm saying is, I'm not
doesn't look like he's very interested in fucking
I'm not saying they should go out and hit. I'm not saying they should go out and just like start laying the body and everything.
That's not their game. Wouldn't hurt.
But I'm
show a little something.
That's what I'm saying. They have to take their game to a next level. You have to play through the other team laying hits on you all the time, and you have to play through that, and you have to play your game, and you have to score goals. And him and Mitch, if I see fucking Mitch Marner one more time take a fall to try to get a penalty, it's driving me nuts.
Chad, we've been waiting.
Hyman would go through it, would let a train hit him.
Yeah, he would go. He would run. He would skate. He would skate through a brick wall, literally. Like Matthews and Martin, we've been waiting for these two guys. And Mitch has had some playoff success, like that one series against Boston. He was incredible.
He had one good block.
No, the penalty shot, he deked Rask out of it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I forgot about the penalty shot.
Mitch has had some good moments, but not enough.
We need it now.
And especially not enough in clinching moments, either one of them. It's concerning. I don't know where either one of those guys' mentality is at.
I know where it's at. I know
where is it at? Do they give a shit or not?
I think they're stuck in like this paradox between the regular season and the playoffs. They want it to be more like that, and they're trying to find a way to play. Montreal hits everything in sight.
Well, they hadn't really been. They started to again tonight. The last couple games, they weren't really.
Yeah, but for some reason, Marner's gone into this box where he's overthinking and all that. But when the hitting comes, instead of playing through it, he's constantly looking at the ref, being like, are you going to call this? Does Hyman ever look at the ref? No. Hyman just plays, and if a penalty gets called, good. But he's like, this puck's going into the zone no matter what. No, I want Marner and Matthews to play like that. Forget about drawing penalties. Forget about scrumming after the whistle. Elevate your game and play through all this and be the better player. You're better. Matthews is better than Corey Perry. He's better than Suzuki. He's better than Gallagher.
Jesus Christ, Chad. He should be the best player on the fucking ice on either side. And he is not playing that. He's
invisible.
Dude, if they lose this, the heat is coming down. Like, you're not trading Austin Matthews, obviously, but he's going to have some serious.
He has a game 6 to turn it around.
5 games in, I don't like the look of this. Like, I love the secondary. I think some guys have stepped up huge. I like overall Campbell's play. Some guys have made some blunders, some rookie mistakes. Like I said, I think Dermott will draw back in and Sandin will be out.
Right.
At times tonight, they were playing
from Matthews Marner down. A lot of guys. Nylander stepped up.
Nylander has scored more goals on his own than the entire top line combined. The fuck, man.
And like, even guys that don't score, like Mikheyev and Simmons, they've stepped it up a bit. They're not Matthews. They're not going to score at that pace. But when they're out there, they're hitting. They're digging. Like Mikheyev is trying really hard, and he's digging in the corners. He just doesn't have the skill and the size of Matthews.
Almost scored with like 10 seconds left in regulation.
Oh, if he had been fatter, it would have hit him.
But look, man. Look, if they got 2 chances to do this, and I still think they will win this series. So, but whether they do and whether they don't, and whether Matthews and Marner end up contributing in game 6, or if it goes to 7, whatever, we'll see what happens. Hopefully they do. If they don't, and they win it anyway, regardless of those 2 guys, the Jets series is a different series. So maybe, for whatever reason, but here's the fucked up thing. It's like Matthews usually plays so well against the Montreal Canadiens. So what has happened here?
Playoff hockey.
Okay, but like
playoff hockey.
So Weber, that's just strictly on him then.
Weber's face washing him after the whistle. Gallagher's chirping him and cross-checking him. And he at the beginning of the series, he was trying to act tough and he was trying to play through it and he was laying some hits and stuff. But it seems as the series gone on, he just shies away from it. And like I said, Marner.
So what does he need to fucking grow a set here? Because it's looking that way.
It's not.
Well, it is kind of looking that way.
There are a lot of guys who play that way, but he's got to learn how to play his game through that.
Okay, Chad, if you look at
he hasn't done it yet.
Okay, Sid is out of the playoffs right now. Ovi's out. There's some top guys fucking out of the playoffs. I'm missing another big one. I can't remember who else lost in the first round, but check this out.
Go.
Okay, like I know Sid is out of the playoffs right now. They got beat out by the Islanders, and I know Ovechkin. Caps got beat 4 straight by the Bruins, and I'm thinking of another
after winning game 1.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of another superstar. Somebody else big time got beat out too. I can't remember. Anyway, and this isn't a good example because
Connor McDavid.
No, McDavid's still playing. But what
are you talking about? Winnipeg.
Sorry, McDavid. That's right. Sorry, I thought you were going to say McKinnon. Sorry. McDavid, exactly. So
Connor McDavid's gone.
So usually, I'll exclude McDavid from what I'm about to say. Not so much this year, but in previous years, the Penguins have won and the Capitals have won and whatever. And if Sid isn't going offensively, and if Ovi isn't going offensively in previous seasons, okay, both those teams have won cups. They usually find another way to contribute. Ovechkin is physical as fuck, man. If he's not scoring goals, he's firing his body around left and fucking right. Sid, not the most physical guy out there, but he won't shy away from it. If the game goes physical, Sid will be involved in the physical game if that's where the game is going. Right. Where the fuck are Austin? Where are our guys on that? They look like they just want to fucking, if we can't rip it home like we do in the regular season, not that interested. They
do. They look like if we can't have lots of ice to skate around and pass and make pretty plays, we don't want to do this. And it's funny because we used to say that about Nylander, but all of a sudden he's finding space though. Because he's laying hits, he's getting on the body, and it's not dirty play. He's not face washing after the whistle. He is just taking the puck and playing hard. And that's what you want Matthews to do. That's all you want him to do. Him and Marner. Now, I know Marner's not as big, but he can still find a way to do it. And he's Hyman on your line.
But Mitch is super smart, and I'm not even really seeing that right now. He just looks like I don't know. I don't know what it is. I can't pinpoint exactly what it is, but I don't want to say they look disinterested, but they just look like what would you put your finger on it? What is it? What is it?
It's play. Everybody talks about playoff hockey. That's what it is.
But Chad, these guys are 5 years in. 2 brutal losses to the Bruins. Another brutal loss to Columbus last year. What are they? What else do they need? What else do they? And we're playing the Habs. We're playing the Habs.
If you can't play against the Habs, how are you?
Who are you going to beat if you can't beat these fucking guys?
How are you going to compete against the Jets? And if you get by the Jets, are Matthews and Marner going to find their game against the Bruins or the Lightning? I don't know.
Dude, the Jets have just as good as a goalie as Montreal and a way better fucking team.
Yeah.
So if you're doing what is going on? And like I said, from series to series, things could change because the Leafs played the Habs the Leafs played the Jets well all regular season.
So did the Oilers.
So did the Oilers. So I guess that doesn't mean fucking shit.
It doesn't mean shit.
No, it doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit.
They always say that squeak into the playoffs and anything can happen. Montreal squeaked into the playoffs.
How much further can this go? They haven't been laying a lot. Okay, coming off of 41 goals, Rocket Richard winner, Mitch leading the team in fucking points again. He point leader for the Toronto Maple Leafs. How much further can this go without these guys contributing offensively before the heat starts coming fucking down like you're on fire with these 2 fucking guys?
Well,
it's close, right?
It's Saturday night. If they lose Saturday night, and they perform like they did tonight, the fire is going to be turned up. And then if you don't pull out a game 7 win, oh my God, it is over. Because
what does Dubas do? I don't want to go there.
Last year with COVID and everything, didn't you think everyone kind of gave them excuse, the bubble, everything's so weird?
There's been excuses every fucking year for these guys.
There's no excuse this year. You are better. You're first place. You're playing Montreal. They have nobody better than you two. If you don't get it done, fire's coming. The fire's coming.
There's nobody was talking about they can do. There's nothing they can do.
Nobody's talking right now. Well, they're going to start, but all season nobody was mentioning Marner's $10.5 million and Austin's $12 million or whatever.
Because they were both great.
You wait. If they lose this series,
oh God,
holy shit! Marner's contract will be talked all summer. all summer long.
I don't think Austin would takes any less heat, to be honest, because like if you
No, he's going to take heat too. But
if
I
he
think
score if
Marner
they
was the one that held out for the huge money.
if they lose this in 7 games and he is like 1 goal and that's it, and Mitch has a fucking 0 goals,
and the only like assist he has is
I don't know,
banking it off a skate.
Like I still think they're going to win, but
well, we'll see. We'll see.
There's a strong there's a possibility now. They've let them back in. You got Carey Price at the other end. You got to go back to Montreal. There's going to be fucking fans there. A small amount, but still, nonetheless, first time with a little bit of, I would say good anxiety or good excitement of like, hey, we're playing in front of people. That might work in their favor, but it could work in the Habs. Like, who knows what's going to happen?
I don't think the fans really play into it. 2,500.
Dude,
fans.
I would rather play in front of 100 people than 0.
Oh, for sure. But I don't think that plays into how the game's going to go, because once the puck drops, I don't care if the building's full or if it's empty. Mitch and Matthews got to play a better game.
Well, dude, of course.
Anyway, let's bring this to a close because we're going to be back for our 100th episode. What? You always have another point. What is it?
I want to end it on a positive. I was saving this until the end here.
I don't want to end it on a positive.
I want to end it on a positive because I've been losing my shit this entire thing. I do want to end it on a positive. I would have started with this if they won, but they didn't. So, but I'm going to end it on a positive.
I was like looking forward to seeing the handshakes and everything. Oh.
I know. It just can't. Hey,
can never go our way.
There's nothing. Can we say this? There's nothing clutch about this fucking team. There's nothing clutch about this team. Every time right now, every time we've seen them have a chance to move on or win a big game, they don't do it. There's nothing clutch about this fucking team. No clutch. Like, I don't like that.
You can tie it and send it to overtime.
There's your podcast title. You're welcome. I just gave it to you. Not clutch. But look,
where's the clutch?
Oh, where is the fucking clutch? Good question. Where's the clutch? Exactly. But to end it on a positive.
All right, let's end it on a positive.
Woke up this morning. I honestly, like, Chris Simpson, Elliot Friedman, Kristen Shilton, Masters, everybody's tweeting out fucking 91. Johnny Toronto is fucking ripping around the Scotiabank fucking center ice at like 9:30 in the morning before the team took their morning skate, and he's in full gear. He's ripping fucking pucks off the bar. The knee
one week after taking that deathly hit.
The knee less than to the day, but like less than
hours, but
hours. But like
last Thursday,
he's ripping pucks off the bar. He's like, his knee doesn't even look like he has a knee injury. The knee injury might have been fabricated just so that they could be like, get away from the concussion. Just like he's out 2 weeks, period. The knee injury thing might not have even been a thing. Maybe Dubas was just like,
it doesn't matter. We saw him almost lose his head on the ice.
I know, but Dubas is smart enough to be like, I'm gonna present it as a 2-week thing minimum so that I don't have any questions about concussions or whatever. Here we are a week later. This guy's ripping fucking bar down like in a gray non-practice jersey. It was him and Foligno on the ice, whatever. I almost lost my mind when I fucking woke up to this morning. I was like, what am I watching? I had heard that he was at the practice facility yesterday. That was clearly not a coincidence. He was probably there. They wouldn't have just thrown, okay, Johnny, get dressed, put the helmet, put the bucket on, go out and fire some pucks.
No,
what do you think went down to the practice facility yesterday for him to get on the ice this morning?
Well, I think I don't think this is any sort of scheme or anything. This is how concussion protocol goes.
No, but do you think they were just like, okay, Johnny, come to the rink on game day, lace him up?
I think they're trying to get him. I think he's feeling good. And
he's clearly feeling good.
When you have a concussion, it basically goes in stages. They're like, go out and skate, shoot the puck, come back next morning, tell us how you feel. because concussions is always an overnight thing. But he didn't just go home and go to bed. He came to the game and sat in the press box.
No, I know. But okay, but going back to yesterday when he was at the practice facility, what do you think went down there? Do you think they threw him on the bike? There must have been some sort of testing.
For sure.
For the doctors.
They're trying to get him back. They're trying to get him back.
For the doctors and for the staff to be like, okay, John, you can come tomorrow morning, game day, skate, and put the gear on and go out and get. There must have been something that happened at the practice facility yesterday for them to be like, yeah, you can come tomorrow and skate in the morning.
For sure.
I think.
And like, when we get our medical degrees, we'll know.
But no, like maybe he rode the bike for 15 or 20 minutes hard and they pushed him a little and he felt good. Like
that is exactly how concussion goes.
Yeah. Ramp it up a little more, ramp it up a little more.
Every day. Tomorrow, if he's feeling good, you'll probably see him. He might be on the ice or he might be doing off-site workouts. But you know John Tavares, he may be like, oh, I want to be around the team. His number one goal is, I want to play.
Oh, dude, seeing him this morning and the way he looked, I'm telling you, man, and then the way he looked up in the press box, there is zero doubt in my mind if they extend this thing, if they extend this thing, and depending how far they go, his psyche, he wants to play.
Oh, yes.
And the guy,
obviously, he wants to play.
Obviously, concussions are tricky. We'll see what happens, but he looks like right now to me, like, you know, heaven forbid a setback here. Looks like a guy to me that is good. Looks like a guy to me that is thinking, I am going to play a game.
Well,
I'm coming back in the playoffs. That's what I saw this morning. That's what I saw.
Last week, we thought his career might be over.
Oh man, which is it.
Amazing to see him on the ice. JT, we're happy that you're on the ice.
Awesome.
We can't wait. We're going to beat Montreal on Saturday. We're going to get to the Jet series. And at some point in that series, 91 is going to put on the jersey and come back. And we're going to have not just 91, but Foligno might come back.
Dude, we didn't even get into Foligno, but man.
I think he's done for this series.
I don't know.
You got to win Saturday night with the lineup that played tonight. And
I don't know about that. They've now might be a time for him to draw back in. Seriously.
I said he should have played tonight. But.
If he can, well, he couldn't go apparently. If he can go Saturday, I would put him in. But
all hands on deck to get the win. Get that win on Saturday.
Hey, before you do the wrap, or do you want to do the wrap and then we'll do our 99th episode right now? A bummer.
I was just going to say that.
Cue us into what's going down on Saturday. It's a big one. This is
our 99th episode, but on Saturday night after, no matter what happens, even if it goes to quadruple overtime, me and Dale will be here. So when you wake up Sunday morning, roll over, get a little Sunday morning BJ, you can listen to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast 100th episode. And hopefully the 100th episode is the first playoff series win since I was in college.
And if it is, what's it going to be? It's going to be pants down in the 7-Eleven fucking doorway all night long.
All night long.
All night long. Pants down in the 7-Eleven doorway. If you don't listen to our podcast on a regular basis, you have no idea what that means. But trust me, it's fun.
And if you don't listen to our podcast on a regular basis, why don't you check us out on social media? Go to the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast at Facebook and Instagram and follow us, or check out our YouTube page at the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast. Our Twitter, the Tip In Podcast. Email us, the tipinpodcast@gmail.com. And we also have a website, tipinsportsmedia.com. And there you can find everything you need. And until Saturday, when the Leafs will defeat the Montreal Canadiens and move on to the second round.
Here's hoping.
What are you feeling? What are you feeling?
Yeah, it has to. I think they beat them on Saturday night. They beat them. That's it. I don't know what it's going to be. Who's going to show up? I have no idea at this point, Chad. I'm losing my mind with like who should be playing well, who's not. I'm predicting a Leafs win. We both called it wrong. You said 4 games. I said 5. By the way, our playoff predictions have not been fucking very successful.
My Minnesota Wild prediction makes
still alive, but pretty much other than Colorado, we've been in the fucking shitter. All of us, both of us.
We picked Tampa.
I didn't.
I picked Tampa.
So you got 2 in there at least.
I picked Washington to beat Boston.
Yeah,
We
so
had a
did
pretty
I.
shitty.
We'll talk about that after the next game. But
we'll do that in episode 101 because 100 is going to be all about the Leafs and the Leafs versus the Jets.
That's right.
And
baby.
until Saturday night, we will
catch you later. Say it, Chatty. Say it.
Go
say
Leafs,
it.
go.
Go Leafs, go.
Let's get this done.
Get
Matthew,
it, boys. Go
pull
get
up your
it.
pants.
Get that mustache cooking on Saturday night.